Bringing order to chaos. That's what this talk is about. And this talk is to you who work within the crisis management field and who want to create a resilient and strong crisis management organization at your company without working 24/7 and in a cost effective way. Who doesn't want to do that, right? So, my name is Adam Gilborne. I'm the customer success manager at Murphy Solution, and I started my crisis management journey in 2009 when I actually started uh, conducting courses and trainings within the field. And my biggest experience uh, that I um, remember as a chief of staff, and that really changed me, and that's why I have this talk. It is a situation, a crisis management from 2018. So I will bring you there. I will talk about that, and I will talk about why bringing order to chaos is important to me, and why I know these tools will help you because they helped me, and I know that these tools that I will talk about helped other companies and still helps a lot of other companies. So welcome to my journey, and I hope that I can be a part of your journey. So it's 2018. At that time, I worked at the Swedish Red Cross as a program development officer within the disaster management unit. And I also had a role as a chief of staff. And this is 2018. It's summer and it's quite hot, quite dry in Sweden at this time. And there were a lot of forest fires. So we had a crisis management focusing on helping the firefighters with volunteers, uh, and the volunteers helped people, the firefighters with food, beds, first aid, psychosocial support. The firefighters worked 15, 16, 18 hours a day. And when I was there as a when I was there as a um, chief of staff, I started actually 1 or 2 weeks in the crisis management because I was actually on vacation. So I had colleagues working as chief of staff, and then I jumped in and realized that there was so much information that I started to feel, does the crisis control me or do I control the crisis? And that's why the title is bringing order to chaos, because that's when my thoughts started like I need to be better in organizing a crisis, at least the crisis management, not the crisis. That's something else, right? But uh, because I was there looking at, we had an IT system, we had our whiteboards, a lot of whiteboards, huge whiteboards, and I don't know if you've ever if you ever called a colleague or emailed a colleague and just told them that, hey, I need I need the situational awareness. Can you send it over in a like short version of it? And the colleague just said, "Oh yeah, sure, no problem." Takes a picture of the whiteboard, and you you get this picture. The whiteboard is really long, and the colleague tries to really get all the whiteboard in one picture. Anybody been there? I've been there, because when I at that situation I was talking about at forest fires, there was a lot of things that we wrote on the whiteboards, and we took pictures every day at least once. So those pictures were really important for me because I wanted to see do we start, what was the first picture and first day, and the second picture and second day, and so on and so forth. And when you see a picture like that, and or when you see a picture, somebody wrote something on a whiteboard and wipe it off with their hands, and it gets all mushy, and then try to write it again. It's hard to see the picture, right? But what happens when the picture is the whole picture is actually like this? Then it's more like a almost like an enigma, a code you need to break. You need to find the correct answer to understand the picture, but you don't understand the picture because you can't see anything. Uh, it's so hard to understand anything on it, right? And I didn't want to be there again. I didn't want to be in that situation again where I couldn't look back and understand what happened before. And I didn't want to be in that situation again where I didn't really have any control of the information because it was scattered around all over the room. So that's when I started my journey because I knew I needed to be better. My knowledge needed to be better. So I started to read more books about crisis management. I tried to find information about how to make the best situational awareness. I wondered, maybe I need more whiteboards. Is that the solution? And I, I can honestly say that that's definitely not the solution, at least not for me. And then I thought, okay, I need a IT. I'm a IT guy. I love like apps. I love new stuff. I'm an early adopter. So I looked. Is there any tool? Maybe a tool that can solve all my problems. And it took a couple of years before I stumbled on a webinar. And that webinar was about uh, it was about really digital war rooms and hybrid war rooms, and it was quite fascinating. Uh, and I have a question to you because this was a discussion on that webinar, which I found really fascinating. So please use your reaction buttons. It's the small smiley, with I think it's a plus sign, right? Push it and a thumbs up if you use email on a daily or weekly basis at least. So yeah, a lot of you use email. I mean, that's something we don't discuss. It's not an issue. It's not a thing. It's just something we do every day. So why do we still have physical war rooms? That was the question the person on the webinar asked everybody. And it was quiet. Nobody really knew why. I mean, we use email, it's not a thing. I mean, we send letters, we send packages through the postal office sometimes, so we still use it. But why only focusing on the physical war room then? We can use the physical war room sometimes, but a digital war room gives you the opportunity to actually start handling the crisis in an instant. Everybody can log on to Teams or Zoom like this. It doesn't matter where you are. And then my next aha moment happened. This person showed a way to create a situational awareness, something that I've been looking for. This was 2021, I think. So I've been looking for this for 3 years. So this is my gift to you. This is my 3 years of searching for what I believe and what I can see from others to be a good tool to work with crisis management, not just under the management, under the crisis, but actually also before and after. And that really touched something in me because I feel that before, under, and after, that's a holistic way of viewing the crisis management. And that's the way to go, really. And I want to show you what that person showed me. So this is what I saw. This is what he showed me. He showed a dashboard uh, with a good way of getting an overview of the situational awareness. And I felt that, the room that I was talking about, the war room at the forest fires 2018, it was like everything that was really important went into this. I had a good, easy overview in just one screen. I didn't need three whiteboards or whatever it was, and all the post-its and all the documents. Everything was in one place, and I could see everything here. I had the facts down here. I have the prognosis, the different scenarios, best case, likely, and worst case, the aim and alignment, communicated target, everything that was important to handle the crisis. It was on one page, and I loved it. And I know that a lot of people loves it, small companies and big companies. And you know what I like about it? I like that it's so simple that uh, everybody knows how to use it. There's not a lot of crazy functions and cool things to do because those don't really help usually. This is what I need. This is what I must have. And we have a situational log. So for the loggers out there, you frantically writing everything down. If somebody helps you to write something, then in the command center at a status or action, everything is logged. So this was really important for me. And I have a lot of questions about how you work or how you bring order to chaos, but I will leave all those questions to our host, of course. And I just want to go back and talk about the holistic view because I truly believe that, and I see that the holistic view is changing and making our clients, making me better as a crisis manager or as the chief of staff. And it's courses before, it's crisis management under, it's the log that you can extract as an Excel file or PDF or however you want to do it, that you can work with afterwards. So before, under, and after. That's that's the simplicity that rules the crisis complexity. So I want to see you all again. Let's see how I'll do this. Perfect. So my last words to you are, I searched for this a couple of years. This made me actually uh, start to work at Murphy Solution also. This holistic view in one platform, this way, these methods in the courses created order, brought order to chaos for me. And I hope that they will bring order to you. And as I said, I have a lot of questions of how you work, or yeah, I'm gonna try to restrain myself and let our host uh, start asking the questions to you and start the dialogue here. So again, thank you for listening, and very interested in hearing your thoughts and your discussions later on this jam. Take care.